But living in Texas, I tell you this right now, it's so many people. That's one thing I hate about living in the South. And I'm an ex-Protestant myself, and there's problems in the Catholic Church because Jesus even said that there'll be wheats and weeds in chapter 13. And I ain't perfect. Don't get me wrong. Y'all know my self behavior, and I only personally got an answer to God and on these people on this earth. Okay, what I do. But as a living in the South, so many people so um how you say it? They're very stupid. Okay, like this. I know I'm using harsh words. Many people are discouraged to have discernment. I have discernment in my life. I always discern. I always question. I always St. Paul say in Corinthians, not Corinthians, in Thessalonians, to test everything how was good. I bet them nice little boys called me hard headed by my own family. Like I care. That was a blessing. And I'm glad it led me to, even though I don't have all the money in the world, but it led me to knowledge because people perish of a lack of knowledge. Okay, it says in Hosea 4:6. It takes everything who a question. It needs to don't question God. He don't want you to be dumb either, dumb people. But this woman here, she's a Protestant evangelical fake pastor. La loba in la ropa de oveja, the oveja. That means wolf in sheep clothing in Spanish. Her name is Aracely Meza. And this little boy named Benjamin, who was killed by her because she made her own interpretation of the Bible. Okay? Based, like I said, St. Peter says this, okay? And I'm not, just letting you know, as an ex-Protestant, this is why I left. Not because I'm 13, but I learned later on spiritually, okay? She made her own interpretation of the Bible that she was commissioned by God to perform exorcism in this 2-year old Benjamin, based on her church. Her husband ran it, okay, in a little hole that he was uh, possessed by a devil. So, to order to stop him being possessed by a devil, based on her own interpretation of the Bible, and one thing I mean is her own interpretation because the Bible tells you, okay, and I'm glad that St. Peter, who Jesus gave the keys in Matthew 16, okay, before he went to Rome in 513 of his first letter, he said First Peter 513, the church right now, it's in Babylon right now, is the New Testament Babylon is Rome. That's why we had the Vatican there, okay? Do the First Peter 513, okay? When Jesus made his church, okay? Sorry to say this. The Lord and Savior, gave the keys, the same keys. And I ain't perfect. I know I'm a sinful person, but these stupid priests do not even, and not know some of them do not stress it out to their congregation. So that's why many people leave the church and go to prison. Okay? I call it like this. I'm being harsh with this, okay? Because if you're signed on the seminary, you need to teach this, okay? The same keys, okay? They represent authority, okay? In Isaiah chapter 22, 513, okay? I ain't perfect. I know I said a lot of bad things on this channel, but somebody should be telling it, okay? It's sad that a simple person like me know this, and these so-called holding down people in the parishes do not teach this. I mean, they mean them, but they don't stretch it out as hard now. The reason why is the papacy, okay? All right. The keys of the house of David, okay, represent authority according to Isaiah 22, 15 to 22. Excuse me, 15, 22. Remember that I can't, my Hebrew is not good. That bad prophet, that God was upset, so he gave it to another prophet, okay? and told them that the keys to the house of David, not the unclose, when the shut is closed, whatever. Okay, same idea in the same situation in Matthew 16. Okay, and then why we call the word Pope means father in Greek and Latin. Okay, because of Isaiah 20, 22, 21. Okay, where it says the father of the inhabitants. Okay, there you go. So when Jesus gave the same keys in the old covenant to the new covenant to Peter, that's why we call him the first pope, because the father of inhabitants. Thank you. Thank you. I wish you get it. Okay. All right. So Peter, the first pope, wrote in the Bible. Okay, in his second letter, that people said he says that personal or private, whatever translation you're reading, has no prophecy. Okay, I'm an ex-Protestant because of that. I did not know it till later on, but spiritually I found out, and I realized that I was doing the right thing when I left my old Baptist church. Okay, because those churches are made by men in the 1500s. Luther was wrong. Calvin was wrong. The rest of John Smith, who made the Baptist Church in 1609 England, all these men and later on women made their own interpretation of the Bible. That's why the Protestants have a divided body. Us have a united body. Okay, there are people who don't believe everything in the church, the Catholic Church teaches, but they're either schisms or heretics. They're not thinking, they're not following. Okay, sorry to say this. Oh, I'm so sorry. I know you have to go throw stones at me what I do, but somebody ain't telling you the truth. Okay. So when Peter, whose name was changed to Simon, from Simon to Peter, okay, means the rock in America, not in Greek. So people say, well, in Greek, Jesus is a small pebble. Okay, but Jesus was speaking in America. America. He was not speaking in Greek. The Bible was written in the New Testament in Greek, but he was speaking in America. Dumb people. Sorry to say it like that. That does mean the rock. God, dog it. And I said, God, dog. I didn't say his name. I said, God. Okay? And I said, dog it. I didn't say the other word. Whoo, people get on my nerves with this. All right. He gave the rock. You know, I built my church. And the gates of hell went up. Meaning, not the people. The teachers will not be changed. Okay? You know what I'm saying? So, there you go. So when Peter went to Rome, remember the idea of them going to Europe, because they were Gentiles. The Jews rejected Jesus. Okay? So they had to preach the word to Gentile nation, and it was Europe and the rest of the world. St. Thomas, the one who doubted Jesus and John, went to India. Okay, that's in Asia. Okay, all right. And folks are Catholic Christians in India know this. Okay. Paul went to either Spain, also went to Rome, went to Greece. Okay, and the rest of them, the rest of the apostles, later on, of course, Paul was not the first, okay, but later on he joined, okay. So Peter went to Rome, and people said, no, he didn't. The church, or she, like in Ephesians, I think 5, it talks about that the church is Jesus' bride. Okay, thank you. But we're talking about the family, the husband and the wife. Okay, it's the bride. Sanctify her. Okay, thank you. She, ecclesia, okay, like in Spanish, iglesia, here in Babylon. Coa Rome in the New Testament is Babylon, okay, in Rome, okay? So, that's why Vatican City is there, because Peter went there. That's why it's called St. Peter Basilica, okay? A lot of people don't know this. Okay, all right. The same person that said that went to Rome, who got the keys to heaven, who's the first Papa, okay? All right, the first bishop, the first Pope, the first Papa, the first bishop, okay? To the church that Jesus founded. Said it in scripture. Right there in his second letter that there's no privacy and personal interpretation of scripture. Okay? Okay? In 2 Peter chapter 1 verses 20-21. I wish people will recognize that. That's why when a person comes to me and try to preach to you, I laugh at them, even my own family. In my head, I'm laughing at you because you're picking from a tree. You're not planting. It wasn't for the Catholic Church, which means universal in Greek. That's why Jesus told in the last verses of Matthew that what did he say? Go out and preach to all nations. He was talking about the apostles. Not everybody has the gift of teaching. St. James says this in 3rd James. They're not all going to be teachers, or just strictly. This is the New American Version, because masters ain't teachers. He said masters was just like in Spanish, maestros, which Spanish came from Latin. Maestros means master or teacher. God don't get it as a God, okay? People don't get it. That same Greek word does mean teacher. Even other translations says teacher instead of master. Don't worry me about that, okay? Translations, sometimes bad translations, but truly, that's what it means. Okay, now I'm going to be judged strictly. Not everybody is presumed to teach. I know this, but those apostles had a gift of teaching. That's why there's teaching our nations. That's why we call Catholic, because of universal. Means Greek universal. All over the nation. That's why there's a billion of us in small minority empires all over the world. Okay, I'm not perfect, but some people don't teach it, and I call it like it is. I know I'm being sinful even calling people names. I'm calling, but it gets on my nerves when these woman-she clothing people attack me about what I believe in. First of all, you're going against my First Amendment rights, and I can't press charges of that. Thank you. Okay, so the reason why I bring this up, the same person who said this even said it himself. Thank God that he gave St. Peter the keys and had a chance to written parts of the Bible. In the 3rd chapter, okay, 3rd chapter, it warns people in the 15th, 17th verse that people with a store scripture on the scripture. So anytime someone with a Bible in their hand trying to preach to me, they talking about you must get possessed by a demon. No, excuse me, I know about scriptures and that. I know everything. I'm still learning. It's a collection of books, because we the one that gave the name Bible. The Catholic Church gave the word name Bible. Biblia means a collection of books. Okay, thank you. Okay, the reason why we have sacred tradition, not the tradition that Jesus condemned. It's a tradition that Paul talks about in Thessalonians, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, 15, 20, 15, 14, 15. Okay, where about the tradition, okay, the oral tradition, okay. The reason why you have our Bibles today, due to tradition, when they canonize the books, if the other Bibles didn't fit the tradition, it didn't go in the collection of books. That's why when Judas wrote about Jesus, it was not added. The other people, the claimant, it was not added because it did not go along with the sacred tradition. That's why you have the Bible today. It wasn't for that bride, the Catholic Church, you would not have a Bible today. I wish people would get that in their head. So trying to distort the Bible and attack the bride is the stupidest thing you can call it. Whore of Babylon is not the whore. And you're not calling Jesus' bride the whore of Babylon. Maybe your church, you corrupt and made your own interpretation is, but it is not the bride of the whore of Babylon. This is the first church in the first and last. And like Jesus is the first and last, the Alpha Omega. I wish people would get in their head, okay? Whoo, gets on my nerves. All right. The truth about this, why I bring this up. Because if they would know their scriptures, since they think that we don't know the Bible, well, I'm an ex-Protestant, and let me let you know, due to the Bible, I left. Because the irony of worshiping Jesus is the body and blood of Jesus Christ, a.k.a. the Eucharist, a.k.a. the Holy Communion. If you're going to worship God, you must have communion there. That's another. Besides, my grandma misinterpreted the Bible, and other family members I didn't agree with, and I'm glad that I give a sermon. One thing about us Jewish exorcists, the old school people will call us demons, but sometimes that's God doing that, and it goes back to Matthew 10, when He separates the family. Okay, a lot of people think, oh, it's supposed to separate the family. Then He would no. There's a separation of the family, because at that time, Matthew 10 tells you when Jesus was trying to preach, you had Jewish people telling their kids not to follow Him. So He said, whoever loves their father, brother, sister, or you get something more than me. You're not a disciple of mine. He come here to separate the Father. So all these separations that sometimes are good because there are people who start mess, which is a demonic, but also a spiritual situation. And that one you cannot stop. Okay? So I call it like it is. A lot of people do not have a gift of discernment. And one thing I noticed that a lot of us from Generation X who questioned things, who saw the bad authority, and even, of course, we admit being sinful, we was disrespectful back to the bad authority, but there was a reason. Because there was a reason those people who thought they were teaching good was not. Don't forget that baby boom generation and before the popular generation for them is the same ones that had fallen into Jim Jones' trap, got drinking that poison, okay? Especially our African people, because ever since our people who are, especially those in Protestantism, and and maybe some corrupt Catholic people, not Catholic Church is bad, but you have people just like bad weeds and weeds, okay? You have your weeds and your weeds. You have the faithful who's trying to follow him, you have the one unrepentant sinners, okay? That's in Matthew 13, it tells you that's why you have bad priests, bad popes, bad parishioners, whatever. It, Jesus was the main one. Even Peter denied him. So I wish people would get their head if it's shot at scandals. You're having a human, a hospital. It's a human institution. You're going to have bad people. Okay? In Judaism, they had priests. In the Old Testament, they would have temple prostitutes and also sacrifice children. To be all Jewish rabbis do that, or all Jewish? No. Okay, so not all Catholic Christian people rape children, but you got people in Protestantism that did not get in the front news unless they're a minority. Like this woman here is a minority, a woman of color, who do the worst. Okay, yeah, thank you. The Baptist Church, the Second Baptist Church, excuse me, the Southern Baptist Church is doing a lot of people are not covering the sex new scandals in that organization. Go to stopbaptistpredators.org. There will not be a website called that because it's not getting me. But the Catholic Church, because remember, this is an anti-America ever since it was started by Native American people, by white Anglicans and Protestant people, has ever been anti-Catholic. So anytime the Catholic Church gets scandals, people put it on there. Jewish, they stick together. And that's all Jews. But y'all, you Jewish people stick together. Y'all make sure the anti-defamation. Once y'all hear something, you don't hear, okay, anti-Semitism. It's one thing about Catholics and African Americans and people and minorities. We allow people to do us wrong. We don't fight for our rights. Of course, you have the Catholic League, but it's sad that that's a small organization. And many priests within the Catholic Church do not pump the Catholic League. Trust me, I'm a former member of it. I didn't pay membership, and I have issues with Bill Donahue, okay, with the Trump situation. It's funny the Pope is against Trump, but that's, but hold on a second. Point is, the truth of the matter is, you have people, oh, Jesus, sorry to say this, you have people within the church who do not support the church, including priests, besides scandals. I know. When I tried to bring Catholic apologetics in my own parish, we had an African one, a real dark Nigerian African one. I'll never forget this brother. He would not pass the information to the problem. And I'm glad his behind got kicked out and left forever because he was a narcissistic person. And next time, like I read one and another one Southwest side, I will tell the Pope on you. And don't because you already know you're doing, because the parishioners, American Catholics, I swear, especially old school ones, who've been proselytized because they're Counter-Reformation. And as an ex-Protestant, I am not for Counter-Reformation. Okay, y'all know, look it up, Counter-Reformation. That's why you had the nuns beating and stuff. They started acting like the Protestants trying to blend in the culture. That's why I don't hardly go to church in the United States, especially in Texas, because I was El Paso, the Catholic was more Catholic there, but in the parish here in Houston, there are a lot of Americanized and trying to compete with Protestants and trying to get with Protestant evangelicals who hate their religion. Meaning, well, they don't know. I'm sorry. If the person I know had talked like I hate each of my own family, and one priest told me they do not know what they're doing, and no, excuse me, I don't care that I know what they're doing. If they don't know what they're doing, I don't want to hear what they gotta say. Okay, you may be rude, but it's also rude how they treat me too. So stop showing favoritism. I want to tell one there in the confessional, and they got I'm not Unlike your parishioners, I'm not one of those people who docile. Okay, you can call it demonic. I don't care, but you also being demonic when you condone this bad behavior. You're not welcome because at the end of the day, I look at you as a human. Besides that cloth, okay. You chose to be a priest. You came here as a human, as a priest. You came, so I don't put you above anybody. You're not God. So thank you. I'm not one of those people. That's the one that became an altar boy. And we had that Italian American one that was at that Creole brother now in my parish. And he had an ugly attitude. I told you the story. I almost went off on him. If I wasn't living at my grandma Baptist grandma's house, I would went off and him. Yes, I did. I had my hair perm back in 1994. Yes, I don't forgive him. He thought I didn't care what he was. Yes, I was one of Generation X. We didn't play that mess. You wouldn't hear about those Jim Jones drinking poison Kool-Aid mess in our generation. That's some little docile baby boomers who old school, who stupid, and try to pass that stupidity to the next generation. That's why we was rebellious. We had a point to be rebellious because some of you was not teaching right. That's the reason why. And y'all was doing us wrong. Okay, because you did wrong back when y'all was coming up. All right. So, as a Generation X, that's why I question. Alright, let's get to the story. I don't mean to take 20-something minutes to explain this. Because this woman here misinterpreted the Bible, okay? And people conservatively, because I take us liberals for this, went along with it. She starved this little baby, and the baby is dead. And now y'all being charged, and it's always in Texas, I swear. Where we had Waco, we had other religious scandals here. Because everybody believes somebody who carries a Bible in their hand is preaching right. Well, you're supposed to respect authority, but Jesus didn't respect authority either. When the Pharisees and scribes was authority, he didn't not respect them. He respected them as a humanity, but in compassion. But he didn't obey authority when it was wrong. That's why when you hear about these police shootings, I don't sit here and try to sugarcoat. Of course, I know I can be harsh, which is wrong at that point because we're both human. But at the same time, I don't kiss these people behind. I look at people, like I told my supervisor at work, I look at y'all as humans. If you ain't right, I don't want to fool with you. I don't care about the title. One thing, you know what I'm saying? People misinterpret in Matthew, I think 20-something, I forgot, why we call the priests fathers. Well, excuse me, let me explain why we call them fathers. Because in the NIV, the New American Version of Christians, I think King James, who's wicked, okay, who was a homosexual, okay, and nobody's perfect, but let's be real, King James, his translation, his English translation, took this out, okay, it's like Luther took it out the Bible, certain words in the Bible, and took the so-called apocrypha. That's why we have those 7 books that was missing in the Old Testament in y'all books, okay? That's why you say, why y'all believe in the prayers of the saints? Because that Old Testament talks about the atonement of the, thank you, it talks about that you don't have, okay? That's why our beliefs are different, okay? Because you also have personal interpretation of Scripture compared to our interpretation that has been there since day one when Jesus made the church in Matthew 16, okay? Now, rock and repeat. The truth of the matter is, okay, is that I believe that King James did take that verse out of the Bible and misinterpret it because it will debunk his interpretation, his personal interpretation. I think it's 4 Corinthians, First Corinthians 4, chapter 16 or 7. Yeah, y'all know talking about that I'm the father of the gospel. St. Paul say that. That's why we call a priest father. So in Matthew 20-something, God, where a lot of prophets attack us, saying you should call the priest father. Then Jesus said, "Don't call no man father." Okay, you idiots. So no wrong for saying this. It may be blasphemous for calling folks idiots and talking about the Bible. Don't realize in that true interpretation and metaphor, he was talking about the scribes and Pharisees' humility. Because at the end of it, it talks about who is not humble, saying who not found himself. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He was talking about the humility. The scribes and Pharisees was not acting like true fathers, true rabbis, true teachers. It's funny y'all call yourself teachers. And reverend is another word for teacher. And remember, you have Bible teacher. Okay, you call your dad father. Okay, so that debunks your argument. Also, to Saint Stephen in Acts called the Jewish folks father, and even Jesus called Father Abraham father. So your interpretation is wrong. Okay, but the reason why I brought that up because once again I look at people as human. If you don't have no humility, I don't give you that reverence. Okay? Even on the job, even in my own parents. I'm sorry. You don't act like true good parents. I'm sorry. That's how I am. I get what others do. That's how I am. Let me misinterpret it, but that's what I do. So that's why when I talk about the police, the police shootings and the bad police, I extremely go hard. No, you ain't supposed to. You ain't talk. I ain't perfect. I admit that as a human being, but I don't kiss these people behind. Okay, because they have a title. That title does not make you God, and does not give you the right to do wrong. Okay, that's why we have abusive parents. We have a lot of folks misinterpret the Bible to do wrong to people. And here in Texas, it is a culture and it's one thing when the Church of Satan came here, the Church of Luciferian. Of course, I don't agree with Satanism, but I'm glad it did came because it proved that y'all kept invoking the devil. Whether you're a Protestant or a Catholic, okay, based on individuals, okay, on individuality, not as groups, as individuals. You kept provoking the devil in your walk of God. I call it like it is. I ain't perfect. I know I ain't. I don't go around claiming to be holy and out. Okay, I knew I have flaws. Me, you do not want to admit that. Who holy and out people. Okay, so do your false ideology of holy and out. You do see in your behavior how you treat people. You kept invoking that devil, and guess what? That devil came in a couple years ago I was gonna do a video, and I do apologize that I'm gonna do a video because as I was doing my research and scared looking at this satanic stuff at these people's website, is I did not like that the satanic pastor, okay, will advocate, which I do believe, hey, black and white, give everybody the right to believe they want to believe, okay? Even this crazy heifer here, okay, who killed his baby, which I'm glad they got the right to go to jail. Now, being stupid. I know y'all laughed about that, okay? You can't argue about that because by constitutional rights, they have right to build a little church of Satan. But as I question the people who's out there protesting, where would y'all protest when your bishops or your priests or your ministers was out there doing wrong? Where was your protesting, okay, when your police officers and everybody else, where was your protesting when you had the Klan next door from you? Where were you protesting when you had people? So all that protesting at the Church of Luciferian was stupid in the South. We have a bunch of racist people controlling the police department. We have thank you. We have people at your job, doing racist behavior. Where was your Christian walk there? When we had the bathrooms, y'all protest with Target. I went to Target still shop because I saw hypocrisy in your protest. Of course, a man should not go to his bathroom. Of course, the vice versa or whatever, okay? But your argument is very hypocritical. It's like you pick and choose whatever. But if it's based on racism, and you defend one thing that in Texas, the favorite sin that gets very overlooked is racism. I talk about racism all the time because of this. The same Christian people, whether they're Protestant, Catholic, whether they're Baptist, whether they're African American, white, Hispanic, whatever, Asian, whatever, mixed, most of us are mixed or whatever, are the freaking racist people here, and then talking about I love Jesus. Okay? I swear, I laugh And I don't want to hear they say, why you don't want to listen to me? You don't like to listen. Because your doggone fruit is not good. That's the whole reason why you don't even want to correct that behavior. You think racism is overlooked by God. No, it's not, idiots. Okay? Call it like it is. So go back to the story of this heifer here. If folks in that church, I swear, and I mean to brag and sound arrogant, had the same conscience and mindset, this little boy will be alive today. Because as soon as she would have told me that, excuse me, I need you to starve this child, he's said, I'm saying, help her. No, you're not. I'm sorry. I'm not listening to what you gotta say. You can call me the demon or you want to. You the demon. Okay? Excuse me for my language. I'm gonna cuss. I never forget a crazy neighbor of mine who used to do voodoo, who I had to call laws on. No, she called laws on me. Remember I said I almost went to jail. She's the same age as my mama because she tried to fight me at our manager at the time in the apartment complex before I moved to another. I'm glad the mutant happened because I almost got died at mutant in my apartment. But it was a reason to get away from that heifer. Okay, shut her so-called brother, okay? Because I never forget when I was doing jury duty, I said, I don't want to convict another black man go to jail. This dude lied to the cop, the dark-skinned cop, told him that I had threatened, I threatened to kill her, was trying to fight me. It was a potential threat. It wasn't no a threat like I was harassing her threat. It was a potential threat because this woman was trying to be doing big. And this big booty heifer, okay, was trying to fight me. I was off my meds. I ran out of meds, and I was trying to go to Creole Festival 2014. Don't forget, I'm part Creole. So the first time I was having a Mardi Gras, doing Black History Month, and this before had Lent happened, okay, before Lent was going on. So 2014, I almost got evicted, and I'm glad that my apartment people was nice to me, and I'm glad the church, the Christian community church, Christian community service center paid my rent, okay, before my income tax came in. And what happened was I was mad that my income tax came in because I didn't want to get evicted. Okay, and they knew I was going to because this was the time when I was getting unemployment, and it's I had to do a video about this to those who said Obama didn't do anything for African American people. I said not all the way. He did do something because he was trying to extend that we call it the unemployment, and I started giving unemployment in August of 2013, and in January 2014. So during that time, I almost was about to get evicted because I didn't have enough money, funds. And plus, I was also borrowing money, with Speedy Cash, whatever it's called, because I was buying food. The food stamps were decreased my food stamps, so I had to buy food. I had to get stuff that I needed. Plus, I was, of course, I take care of my hair, and it was cheap, $15 and relax, whatever. But I was, trying to look good for interviews, whatever, with that money, getting clothes to go, it wasn't expensive stuff. I bought what I needed, okay? So I ran out of money, and I didn't have the money to pay the rent. So I was trying to get my income tax to pay it off and pay a legal fee, whatever, and try to fight. I had to go to court, and I'm glad that we had to go to court, and I'm glad that we had better managers compared to 2012. Okay, so at the time, what happened was that 1st of February, I mind my own business. And excuse me for language, I won't say this. This bitch, sorry, forgive me for saying this, had called me crazy ass, stupid, ugly ass. That's what she said. Lord forgive me for cursing, using foul language, and talk about religion, but I call it like this. So I was getting my mail. I never forget. I had got dressed up. I had my nice shirt on, my good looking black pants that got torn the same day that I bought from Walmart. Nice black pants. We didn't think it came from Walmart. It got torn because I was gaining weight at the time. Okay, it got torn. It wasn't tight, but as you put the clothes on, I was gaining pounds. Drinking because I was drinking weight gainer because I was trying to go to the gym once still go to Fitness Connection, start lifting weights. Okay, trying to get built. So I was drinking a lot of weight gain. I wasn't exercising, so I was getting, and I never forget people say, "Oh, you got a big old butt." Yeah, people say I have a thin, okay, but the women were saying that too. So I was trying to get Vin Diesel built, okay. So buying weight gainer, and that would and take a weight gainer, you gain pounds, okay. Eating tacos and stuff, okay. Eating pancakes and stuff, and what I'm saying, and cereal and stuff. That all that protein stuff make you gain weight, okay. So so I never forget, I put my black pants on, I put my Aracely sandals on because it was hot that day. So dressed a little nice and ready to go to this free ticket Creole Festival. Even though I didn't have the money, was a free ticket, I couldn't buy anything. They had the money to pay the rent. So what happened is this have harassed me, and so I was mad. I said, "Excuse me, are you trying to bother me?" What I'm saying? And we got into a confrontation. She got calling me a punk and this and that, calling me gay, this and that. I said, well, everybody know you. Excuse me. I said, excuse me, you can't talk about. I never had sex with no man, but I told her straight up. I said, you bisexual. You told me your big secret. And yeah, I'm gonna tell your bitch now since you over here making rumors about me. So as we cussing each other out, this half a big. Okay, I'm thin. I was gaining weight, and I said, you try to fight me, you want to get kicked out. I said, but I told her, so you put your hands on me, I'll go in my kitchen and get that beat up out of the kill. You threatened me. I said, excuse me, try to fight me. So when I tried to go to the Houston Food Bank, which I went, and it for some reason I went, I got, and I went. So when she went to call laws, I prayed. Thank God, I prayed my novena. I prayed. Yes, I did. And I was trying to get my basket and go to the east side, right there. And so I rode that bus. The bus took forever to get there. The number one bus was late. So when the time I got the food bank, it was closed. So I'm on land trap. It's a land trap. Land trap. I'm going to I-10 mad as I don't know what, because I couldn't get no food. You know what I'm saying? The food stamps, then come to the fifth. Okay. And I'm going through a lot right now, and I have to deal with this woman here who's trying to, and someone told me. So when I was on my way for that number one bus, before it was number one, it's no longer one away. Y'all don't like to buy Lubies on I-16. I'm mad, okay? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go back home. As I go back home that night, I hear, no, hold on. Loud noise. That brother does that. It gets on my nerves. It's the cops. And I told him, can you come in? Because I don't want to hear the story. Because she'll jump in and say I'm lying. Because I'm not lying. And I told her, he said, oh, it's a threat. I said, well, I wasn't trying to kill her on purpose. I was trying to do self-defense. Because, excuse me, she was trying to attack me. That's the whole reason why I said that. I didn't go and try to kill her myself. She tried to, and she's big. I don't care about her being a female. I was scared. So that's why I told her, she put your hands on me. I'm going to go in the kitchen and get a knife and defend myself. So I didn't get arrested. But by me, almost could have got arrested because they said both of us could go to jail. And we talked to each other, got so excuse me, don't worry about me. She lied, talking about that I harassed her company. No, I did not harass her company. We used to be friends. And due to the fact of her being an anti-Catholic, due to the fact that I don't believe her old ways, she one of them old school baby who trying to control me. She tried to lie against me. Yeah, she would like to. One thing about this health, what she does, she would try to befriend younger people who are adults, who have their own minds, who grown, legit grown. That you ain't supposed to tell nobody. I contradict that and tell her she harassed me, trying to control my life. She tried to befriend them and then tried to manipulate and control them. And this heifer used to do voodoo, and then started to be religious, probably Christian, born again. She don't believe that Jesus is God, for real, because she tried to go Jehovah's. Yeah, this heifer's crazy. So she tried to, and then I know that one of the high yellow women from the Virgin Islands, when she got moved out of her other house, and she would not go to the other house when she wanted to move, we had bad managers then. The Hispanic guys were taking clothes, stuff out of the house. I got her CD player, her motivational stuff. So we did not know this high yellow woman that was living there back in 2012 before she went out, because she was very quiet, she did voodoo. She had a voodoo book. So the heifer here that was trying to, because her friend that just lied on me, her weed friend, should I say, who's trying to run my doggone life. I get tired of these old people who, do you get my point? He supposed beans on her child 13 because they got into it, they told on each other. And he told her how she went, he got the thumb and stuff. She went in the dumpster, or by the dumpster, got that voodoo book and took it to the house. So she probably be no longer doing that mess. Why the heck she get this book? So this one is very demonic. And she threw me home. I will quote that first Peter. The second Peter, yes, I will try to use the Bible against me. And she said, hate that verse. That was good. She like that had candles. Time out doing voodoo. Yeah, because people did voodoo, borrowed things in our church and tried to make it their own. Okay, especially back in slavery. But those candles represent, I know, when Jesus said, go in your room and pray and light the lamp, that's where we get candles from. Okay? And none of my candles are voodoo candles. Those are Catholic Christian candles. I don't do no Santeria, no Santa Muerte, none of that stuff. She lied, talking about that I was doing some voodoo because she used to do that mess. And I saw on a documentary on YouTube, which I was shocked to see, they put sprinkle powder. Baby, I'd be scared to put my hand close to a fire, okay? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I guess by the Catholic Christian spirit from God, it was spooking her because she was doing some hoodoo and voodoo and making her own interpretation of the Bible, trying to control my life. You know what I'm saying? Try to dominate my life. And race talking about that God was against race mix. I said, well, I guess none of us are pure black, and both us Cameron, we ain't dark chocolate. So how the heck? I guess we cursed. You know what I'm saying? And I told her, excuse me, it was about Gentile and Jew, because the Jew believe in one God and the Gentile believe in other gods. They what about no race? Because everybody was black then. You know what I'm saying? Coming from Africa. You know what I'm saying? That's stupid. So, oh, she hated me for having my own mind. Like I care. Anyway, but everybody, she did a lot of people wrong. She had folks got evicted. This heifer here, this old big booty heifer here, what did she do? Because one of her homegirls told me that. One of my homegirls told me, no, somebody told me, her female friends told me that this sister told me I hate the N-word, saying some niggas, some thug niggas, I hate the N-word, but it was her terminology, had came busting her older apartment and put a gun to her head, and by the grace of God, it did not pop out, it got jammed. That's how messy this heifer, who's 60-something years old, born in 1956, yes. I tell her business. Yeah, I ain't gonna tell her name, but yeah. She same age as my mama. And my mama and I was getting along, and my mama was a fighter. She had a Scorpio. Baby, I would not intend to sick my mama. What about me trying to kill you? I get my mama to whoop you, and I probably jump in and help my mama. You know what I'm saying? Try to fight my mama and try to make her lose, okay? You know what I'm saying? You know, we don't get along. So, Carl, like, yeah, okay, yeah. So I defend myself out here because when I talk to those stupid, doggone, racist redneck at the legal farm from legal shop, go ahead and say it, talking about she only got mama. I know, excuse me, she tried to attack me. I don't care. Once again, Texas dumb people. I don't care about her age. Her age ain't gonna stop me from living, okay? She tried to attack me. Of course, I threatened to go ahead and get the knife and get whatever because she tried to attack me. I tried to attack the old heifer. I was trying to buy bills, going to this Creole festival, trying to get my income tax so I can go ahead and go to the neighborhood center and get my income tax, transferred into my bank account so I can go ahead and pay this rent. You know what I'm saying? That's my concern because we was told back in late 2013 not to talk to each other. They don't want to talk because I don't like drama in my life, okay? But this heifer love drama. They have like star drama and then try to play act like Terminal Braxton, no offense, throw rocks and then run high and start screaming and lying that she's a victim. That's the heifer she is. That's why them thug brothers came and do nothings, came in and bust into her house and put a gun to her head and she almost died. Started messing in the hood. Okay, so, and everybody said, why y'all became friends? No, when I got my apartment, and I would come visit the apartment and mind my own business. And actually, that was my sanctuary to go pray to get away from all the other people, especially dealing with some crazy people at my house and at job. And what happened is what happened was when that happened, she what did she do? She introduced me to her. That's the whole reason why that happened. Okay. So point is, that's the whole reason why. Anyway, anyway, so that's the reason why we had this problem. That's the whole reason why, folks, we had this problem. So anyway, as I was saying, so she when she so I almost got arrested, and she almost got arrested too, and I almost took my life. I had to go to Ben Top. I almost took my life. I don't forget this. It was a Super Bowl weekend. Sure was. Don't forget this because everybody was talking about Super Bowl. I was trying to go to Korea. I remember I go to Super Bowl, and I stayed for from like 10 to like 2 in the afternoon at Ben Top. I don't forget this. I rode the bus, went to Ben Top. The psychiatric part next to it was not was full, and his family one was a high yellow one, which was because she had a sister, but curly hair, look is Richard Biggers. She got on my nerves, and she was gonna call the cops on us. I said, well, I mean, you gotta go be tired. I said, they take people for the hospital part, take people from suicide, and I know. So anyway, we went to me and this stupid brother. That's my long. Stupid brother was rude to me. Cause I was trying to say we both, don't mention my day. I get tired because he was trying to commit suicide too. There was a white man, I forget, they was trying to commit suicide. So we was in separated. They put us like, usually you be tired, it take 5 hours to go see a doctor. No, they put us in the rooms where we had to lay down. They gave us took our possessions. I can have my rose with me. I'm not gonna commit suicide with my rose. God dog, okay? Yeah, I'm gonna pray because I'm going through a lot. And shout out to that psychiatrist. She Arabian mix, and she way better than the one I had at MHRA. She said it's social issues that's causing you. Yeah, because and she understood as a woman. She wasn't trying to be anti-female. The woman was trying to attack me, talking about my neighbor. Okay, so because I didn't care male, female candidate, she tried to kill me, trying to fight me. I'm not going to be tied in a stretcher. You know what I'm saying? And bloody, I'll be this big old fat wherever she was. I was going for real, and I was on my bipolar. I was going to kill that woman, not by it was consent that she tried to fight me, and I was scared because I wasn't bothering her. She started, you know what I'm saying? She as big as she is, she big, and I'm thin. I'm like 200, like 201 pounds, or 99 at the time, 199 whatever time. So you know what I'm saying? And this one about 200, almost 300, whatever, on a muscle and fat. You know what I'm saying? People with man, strong woman. Okay, that's a different time. The Bible you're talking about, the Bible ain't wrong, but how y'all interpret it, you wrong as human. If China, the rest try to fight me, I'ma lose to fighting China. Okay, you know what I'm saying? The rest of China from WWE. Okay, dog, if I get in the ring, if China come back live when she died from doing Prince had passed away. If me and China try to fight, doggone well, I'ma lose that fight. Okay, I ain't got no Vin Diesel or The Rock and Terry Crews muscle to beat that woman. So this big old heifer, I'm sorry, I'm scared the heck out of me. So I told you, I'm gonna run and try to kill her. No offense to old Nicole Brown's sister, but she about to be the one drop a black DNA version of Nicole Brown's sister with camel skin. And then the crazy weed head want to tell somebody to do, bro, be the next, okay? He be the dark skinned Ron Goldman that day. It sure was. I don't forget that mess. I sure was gonna do it. Because they was harassing me. She tried to jump in because I wasn't bothering them two stupid gossiping people who don't got nothing to do, but they 50 and 6, 7 years old in the ghetto on government systems. I see why Ben Carson trying to raise our dog on ring. I'm against that, but something like that, yeah. Because they stay. It took him a while to get him a doggone job. He a veteran. It took him a while to get him a doggone job on purpose. He loves going with thoughts and crackheads and stuff. I can't tell a bit, but I call it is. But a business lying on me. Anyway, but you said, I want to go black man good. See, I sound really old hotep junk. The old doggone black nationalism is based on their personal narrative. That's what it's about. For white supremacy. Telling them one job black DNA what to do and stuff like we bunch of slaves. Anyway. So, what happened is, as that was going on, the reason why I brought this up, and I'm going to tell a big story, It's because that same year when we didn't talk to each other, I'm glad we had no communication. And I was in my room praying, and them two big old yellow bone girls next to me, who one looked Hispanic, were always fighting, cursing, and stuff. So I never forget back in the day when they had I thought that they was fighting again from one of their kids. So I go outside. It's the scammer skin sister who was trying to fight me, and my homegirl who her mama was her friend who helped her get the apartments. And this was during Christmas time, and I was gonna go to their place, and it was raining. So us neighbors, we were laughing. I stopped praying. I never forget this. And so everybody brought this up. This old voodoo, so-called born-again, Protestant, Christian, whatever she want to be, Jehovah's woman, got into a mess because the woman called CPS on the sister. Of course, the sister was not taking care of her kids. She was not telling her business. She was on that stuff. But instead of doing it in the way for the sake of the kids, the woman called CPS just to get back at her and start some mess on purpose. Okay, when I called the police on my former home girl, not the same one, this the dark skinned one who was on that cush. She was punching the child, and she was on cush in the stomach. And like I said, by law, if you don't report that, you can go to jail. Okay, but still, I did for the child's sake. And like I said, many times I want to get that skill when she was burning, making a fried chicken. I want to pour that hot grease on her ass. Sorry to say it like that. Lord forgive me, because she was punching the heck out of her child on cush, and the child was not doing it wrong because I witnessed everything. He was not. He was a very obedient son. He was not disobedient. Saying he should punch her because that's the wrong way to discipline your kid. But she was on that cush, and yes, she was, and she sure was, and she probably religious too. I get tired of it. Don't y'all see how to follow these doggone people? Anyway, so so that's the only time I called CPS besides my grandmother when she tried to put a knife on me, based on her belief system. Okay. Anyway, so point is when I call lost in that situation. But anyway, point is, so the heifer called just to get petty. Okay, not for the six particular kids. She doing this to get petty back at her because of some mess. So that thin camera skits I just call her Vilka A5. She about my complexion, just like the big old heifer too. She was gonna beat this woman as thin as beat this woman in the rain. Bitch, old big old fat woman was scared of her. She said, "You old fucking bitch." This is what she said. "I'ma whoop your ass in this motherfucking brain, this and that, and this and that." We out here laughing. Here come old so-called Christian big booty heifer. "Oh Lord, get this child Satan out of my house. If I follow my house." And she said, "Bitch, you're the child Satan." I'm not lying. And I laughed and I said, "Yes, she sure is child Satan." Time out. So the reason I brought this other big old story to get you there. This heifer who starved this child is the child of Satan. We generation and generation Y people, X and Y, that's why we rebel. When we see y'all act a fool, we gonna call it like it is, okay? And maybe the parents of the little baby is a generation X, but they was hoodwinked by a baby boomer who was a generation of baby boomer who was distorting the Bible, okay? Who was saying that she's a prophet, who was out here trying to control people based and trying to be the secondary goddess, okay, because she's a female on the earth. While a bunch of gullible people who lost their discernment, who was told their discernment was the work of the devil, who did not test everything whole was good. That's the reason why. And I'm telling you, in Texas, this mess goes on. Just like, once again, the cops are very biased. Not only on race, on age. Because they were thinking because I'm younger that I shall allow this woman to beat me up. When actually the same law applies to her. She had no reason to try to harass me because I wasn't bothering her in the first place. She also lied. She believed, and I wrote a long 4-page letter in their report. When I got a lease violation, I did lease violation back on her because she harassed me. And not to even say y'all can backtrack this, I didn't bother this woman. We were all friends again today. They said, Zach, you went all over. Yes, I went all over the page because I'm going to tell my side of the story. And I never forget, the 5th is when, it was the 5th, was that Monday? That's when the stamps came in. That's when I was able to go pay the rent. You know, they helped me pay the rent at community Christian community service. Okay, and everything else, and I was able to get off of the eviction situation. And the Lord worked in my favor, even though I almost committed suicide. Never forget this. And with Christian Career Service, who also held both Catholic and Protestant churches, and y'all right there by Gallery on by Timmons, y'all know what I'm talking about, on Lombard. Okay, shout out to them. They helped pay rent. Also got some free food and clothes. And I did go shopping the same thing because my stamps came in the same day. I never forget. I had um a basket full of clothes and food from the pantry and also from shopping at um no, I didn't get a chance to shop. Did I go shop at Kroger's? Because something was going on in my car or something like that. I forgot. I think, yeah, it was. I did. Yeah, I don't forget. I went to Kroger's week before they closed that Kroger right there in the medical center. Y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? The medical center. Not the one on Kirby, the one on the medical center. I forgot what that street is. The medical center area. I forgot. Anyway, point is, not too far from the McGregor area. Okay. And I remember seeing her at the trans center. Those same heifer. I think she followed me. And when I got my lease violation that Monday, the managers told me, they said, write her too. Okay, because they manager had a police violation. It wasn't them. Write her too. Go ahead and write her too, because we know that you didn't start. I said, yeah, because I didn't start bothering her. Stop bothering me. And I wrote the whole thing. And that Friday, because it got cold, that's when I had that stomach flu. Sure did. I was throwing, I thought it was the bleach in the house, because I bleached this, not this apartment, the other apartment, bleached the whole apartment, cleaning my place up. And it wasn't the fumes of the bleach. I had stomach flu, okay? And I was throwing up. I don't forget this. Yes, I did. Um, I had to buy a Pepto-Bismol. I had to buy a lot of stuff to try to get, so, I was going to the doctor, uh, this and that. I threw up and threw up and threw up, and I was going through a lot. And I don't get, I had asthma and cold. So that day, on that day, that's when I had I had asthma. Okay, no, I had fever because I had my body was temperature warm. I forget, and that same dark skinned officer from the constables knocked on my. I'm like, why you keep? No, he did hard because this is Brit. Like I'm like, who do that? And like police, I'm like, what the heck? They said that they needed a copy of that. I said, does the office have it? Cause I have my own original copy of my report, of the reporting on my neighbor. And when I did that, I'll never forget that. That's when the white officer I'd never seen in my life from the constables came in, and he was nice to me and gave my report back. And I told the manager, I said, "Can y'all please let them know not to knock on my door like that again? I can let the supervisor know about that because I'm not no thug, no drug dealer, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I threatened whatever, but that was for self-defense because I wasn't trying to commit crime. I'm trying to go to Priya Festival. I'm trying to find a way to pay this rent so I won't get evicted. You know what I'm saying? That's my main thing. I ain't worried about the crazy neighbor. So I see why God made that do happen in my apartment so I can move away from that heifer. And I did. Oh, thank the Lord I did. Because she was eavesdropping my, yeah. There were times I have loud episodes because I'm, mad on my bipolarism. And this heifer will go back and tell people and misinterpret it. That's how messy she is. She eavesdrop on your for real on her stairway. You know what I'm saying? This woman evil. Cause one time I was mad and I was screaming. I said, and I said, yeah, you are listening. Yeah, this and that. Yeah, I was talking to the wall. Well, she should be listening to my dog conversation, doggone it. You know what I'm saying? I felt like What's the woman from Bristol Place? Remember that the brown skinned woman about my complexion? She was got camel skin with a little brown complexion. Remember she was that high yellow woman, remember kill those lesbians on Brewster Place. Remember Olivia Cole? I saw you. Remember she was also in their business. So remember that lesbian woman, the one who more a millionaire. She more darker. She not dark skin, but she not more darker than the other one. She got some eggs and threw it at Olivia Cole. You know what I'm saying? Character Miss Sophie. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad you play Cool Chicken George wife. Okay, yeah. I don't forget, not Kunta Kinte's wife, Chicken George. Remember her and Roots? Okay, I don't forget this. So, not to change subject, but we have a gift. I'm sorry, we have a gift of discernment. A lot of us in Generation X, Generation Y, and Millennials, we know when you're playing the card, the foolish card. That's why a lot of baby boomers and papadors generation people do not like us. Okay? They say we're a bad generation. Usually we're bad because of their bad ways. Okay? The card like it is. So my point is not to bring all my stories in this article in this hour-long video. This la loba de ropa de oveja, excuse me, oveja, swoopy clothing. If these parents would have that mindset, the baby will be alive. Okay, I'm calling it like it is. Okay, she was a child of Satan. Cause soon as she started calling my child Satan, I will say, excuse me, healthy, and I want to cuss in God's house. You know, it's not a true God house. Okay, but y'all worshiping God here in your own way though. You are the child of Satan. You're not gonna kill my child. You can call me whatever you want to call me. You can rebuke her and say, no, you rebuke it out of Satan. Say, you know what I'm saying? You rebuke the Satan, you need to rebuke the Satan out of you. Say a spirit out of you, you wolf in sheep clothing. You know, and I'm sorry. I'm glad that I was born in '79. I'm glad that we had a challenging, questionable generation. Okay? Because this baby will be alive. The more y'all listen to these baby boomers who talk out there behind, I want to cuss so much because we're talking about religion here, the more you're going to fall in that deep, you know what I'm saying, the deep mess. And usually, sometimes you are rebellious. I notice as a person, sometimes God alone steers you alone. And the reason why I say this is why I say I am a scoffer. And I know being a scoffer is sinful. When you have so many bad stewards, okay? You know about scoffer, Prophet 979, tell you not to correct a scoffer. You know what I'm saying? You know, insult. And I am that scoffer. Because so many by their fruit I know. And since Jesus, you know by their fruit, these stewards who don't question their own bad fruit, who don't pick their own wooden beam out their eye, trying to pick the spirit of my eye, who act savage and wolf and act narcissistic and talk to me crazy and cuss me out or say I ain't gonna be nothing like my own family, so I'll go visit them. I know that if I continue, it will hurt me. So I will be that scoffer. But while I'm being a scoffer and putting judgment of God, it goes into Romans 9 or 10. It tells you that God stands out his disobedient people. St. Paul say, I find by those, reading from the book of Isaiah, the Old Testament, we start to Romans. I find by those who seek me now, so who ask for me. And that's why I don't mind dissing myself from people or whatever. Even though I'm putting my judgment, even though I'm doing more than saying like going to church, I know one day, did not believe one day, because faith our works is dead, that God will steer me back to his faith, his church, when the people who walk the walk, talk, preaching the right thing in his bride, in his Catholic faith, in his church, that priest that was not there, no longer, whose church hurt me, whatever, will no longer be there. He will kick them out. He'll clean his house out, and put the good shepherds there. He was following the chief shepherd, Jesus, and say, "Well, I know that's going to happen." Okay, I knew. The people who know that I do not like their attitude because of their behavior, they're the one that's scandalizing me and be thrown to the sea. You know what I'm saying? So that's my point. And if they would not had, these two parents would have the gift, so they hide it in Mexico, meaning they know they did something wrong. A car like this would be hiding in Mexico or any other country. You know, something's telling me that maybe in their conscience they know they're doing wrong. But once again, arrogance, pride, having some type of authority and overlooking their behavior, they're hiding. It's no different in the police department who covered up the police crimes. They have a blue code. They would not have a blue code if they were doing right. Okay? In the police department. Here we go. They would not have a blue code if they was doing right. So they know they're doing wrong. They would not be planting drugs on people and beating people and mistreating people. So they already know they're in trouble. They know it's against the law of the land and law of God. So why are they having a blue code? Why are they scared to come out? Why are they also intimidate people? They know them by their conscience they're wrong. So something's telling me that these two parents knew, but by the arrogance of having a title, being a parent, and being narcissistic and abusive, demonic parent, and also, yes, the parent, the child supposed to honor the child, honor the parents. But excuse me, when the parent is wrong, just like my two parents were wrong and my grandparents were wrong, two, how they treated me and how what they believed in. What did Jesus say? If you love your father, brother, and sister more than me or yourself, you're no disciple of me. He will separate the family in Matthew 10. A lot of people talking about the family, the family, the family. The family separates. The reason why people broke up the family, because Jesus doing it. He's trying to preserve us. Okay? He is. This is my belief. He shall preserve us from their faults, their corruptions, their behavior, their sin behavior. They don't change. Remember, regard children's first, then they're our parents, not the other way around. So a lot of people ain't looking at that. And I tell it like it is. Okay? That's why I wasn't obedient as a child. Because I saw that by my parents and grandparents, bad fruit, how they treated me, how they treated other people, how they act. They was not always in the act. They tried to blind me, but I know. And they are the dead, bury the dead. That's why I go to the funerals, whatever. It's the dead, bury the dead. The dead, bury the dead. You have to sometimes leave your family behind. Everybody said, when I was at El Paso, yes, your family. Mind your business. I want to tell people in a job corps, excuse me, then St. Pablo said in Thessalonians, St. Paul said to mind your business 2 times in his first letter, saying to Thessalonians in the second. So please, mind your business, stop being your muscles, okay? That means God stop being people, I would love to be your business, cause my drum in your family, and you ain't gonna like it. So don't mess with mine. So point is, and I would fault my own self if I didn't follow my dream. I was an apostle when I got away from my family. I wouldn't be where I am today. So that's the point I feel guilty of. Okay. So, and I believe, my mentality was not changed. I believe it's gonna always be. No, my mentality is changed. It's not gonna always be that way. So, therefore, that's why. But call like is, if these folks had a gift of discernment like I did, I swear the child will be alive today. They can call me obedient or disobedient. I don't need though. You don't obey bad authority. Okay? If you was with the Bible, excuse me, you do what's right. Yes, St. Paul said to respect authority, but he was talking about a good authority. But if authority tells you to do something wrong, you do what's right. Even St. Peter said, excuse me, you better obey God rather than men. Okay? Because they hear people talk, well, it was disrespect the law. The reason why police take sometimes they don't get disrespected because they buy their bad fruit. They're not doing right. And that person they shot, thank you. And be careful. I'm sorry. I don't wish death on people. I mean, I have, but not on the godly side. I would never use God's name because that's blasphemy. Because there's also the condemning people. In Luke 6, you're supposed to condemn, you can condemn people, judge, judge people by their soul, okay? You can judge their actions. Yeah, if you go steal someone, you stole something, I'm not going to be Rudy's character in the movie Jungle Fever, okay? You know what I'm saying? That's why the crackhead kept going to her. You know what I'm saying? Sarah just kept going to her because she, you know what I'm saying? She was so blind. She not know what it means by judging. It's talking about people's soul. They're not, you know, by their actions. We'll judge them by their actions, okay? But spiritually, where they can go left or right. No, you'll never know when the person's going to heaven or hell. Only God makes that call, okay? They be the worst person in the world. You never know about it. The deathbed, they probably ask God for forgiveness, like the two people on the cross with Jesus, okay? You folks don't realize that. But in and you be careful when they be judged, because the point is, as they walk around, they can get the people who are victims. The one thing we about African people get messed up. Our mindset have not been changed. I read a book, think Grow Rich, and The Black Choice by Dennis Kimbro. If you continue to believe that it's always going to be that way, my people, African descent, it'll always be a way of people who killing you, murdering people, and shooting you down the street, and you scream Black Lives Matter. If you always believe that way, you have to change your mindset and put faith in our words, faith in our words, faith with words, faith in our words. They call it St. James chapter 2, and believe that these people will be convicted, and believe in it. Exactly. So let me let you know, y'all, that's when I changed the mindset. While we preaching Black Lives Matter, Teen Lives Matter, Native Lives Matter, we start believing that these folks will be convicted. Stop doubting. Don't doubt. Okay, you supposed to doubt God anyway, and I'm gonna get to that because based on how my family taught me to believe. But I have to give it that old belief and start believing new. Point is, that's the reason why we was disobedient. We saw their bad behavior and how they act. That's why. So same thing with the cops. When the people know the law, yes, we have to be careful dealing with a snake, okay, a serpent in the badge, okay, call it is. But reason why you notice that the police say I don't always sit here and try to be defensive of the cop. I mean, they should listen to orders. If they're talking dirt, talking down to people, right there by your bad fruit, you're getting a bad example of your authority. So same thing with this woman here. If I was the parents at the end, being part of that church, which I've never joined the church, but it's called it is, I will sit here and start questioning. I sit here and say, question my authority. And I go ahead, excuse me, Jesus questioned authority too. When King, you know what I'm saying? So don't get mad at me for doing it. Okay? When you are bad, your fruit is bad. You have every right, and it does tell the Bible that every apostle will be tested in the book of St. John said in the book of Revelation in the Apocalypse. Every apostle to see which one is right and which one is wrong. When Joe Osteen was going through that, when these priests, even the ones who were not guilty of pedophilia, they was getting tested to see which one is right and which was wrong. So anytime and anybody tried to distort that Bible verse in 105 Psalms or 105 about touch not, no, that's not, that's a misinterpretation. It was talking about the Isaac, Abraham, thank you. It was talking about these wolf and sheep clothing people, because it tell all of us in anointed in what First James said, in First James, one of the books of James, not James, First John, the three books of John before he gets to the end of the books. You don't talk about. You don't talk about. Okay, all of us united, but we all should be tested, because it tells the Bible that watch out for false prophets. So that already that misinterpretation of that verse, don't listen to that person. They don't want to get caught with what they're doing wrong, because that's the case. They'll be proving themselves, because it tells you the Bible ain't perfect. It tells you in First Corinthians 4:2 that stewards supposed to prove to be trustworthy. They supposed to prove into society they are trustworthy people, not putting their trust in them. Like I tell about to say, it goes to the secular version. At the job, I don't trust people. They supposed to prove it themselves to be trustworthy. Okay, even these cops, if you're not bad cops, prove it. Okay, prove it. Because that's, you know what I'm saying? I don't like bad authority trying to teach me right. That's the case, I'll go to Satan if I had to find that opportunity. But thank you, caller is. So y'all, not to make an hour long video, good morning. I know y'all waking up at 6:27 a.m. here in Houston, Texas, Central Time. 4 hours away from them with that demonic stuff was going on back in 2015 with Aracely, Meza, so-called pastor Aracely. She's a wolf and she clothing. She deserved 99 years. Looking to give her a death penalty. That was the mercy of God doing that. You deserve 99 years, heifer. You deserve 99 years. You a wolf in sheep clothing. You deserve to be put in prison. And the parents and her husband should be too. You should have a gift. You should have given a sermon, and she like to say. God bless y'all. Have a nice day.